Hey guys, it's Melanie. Welcome back. I hope you are having a fantastic day. If you missed it a little earlier, I uploaded my thoughts on the Kringle Country Candle Strawberry Lemonade. That video is a little longer. It is my first review of these new Kringle and Country Candle Spring Summer 2024 fragrances. So there's just a little bit of additional information in that first video. I will link that in the description box down below. So if you missed it, you can go check it out. I talk a little bit about the wick changeover and just, you know, some changes that I've noticed with that. So if you're curious, definitely check that video out. Here in this video, we are talking about Kringle Bananas Foster, which is also new for spring summer 2023. If you are interested in purchasing any of these new fragrances from Kringle Candle, I will put a link in the description box down below, as well as my affiliate discount code. That'll save you 15% on your purchase. Kringle typically does not put new candles on sale for the first month or two. So you will eventually start seeing these featured in the sales that Kringle has, usually on a weekly basis, but with new releases like this, it takes them a while to get around to adding those to the sales. You can save 15% with my discount code if you're interested in trying them now. And usually my discount code, which is just Melanie15, you enter that at checkout. That usually works with a lot of different sales as well. So if you can save a little bit more money, definitely give that the old college try. Also, I was sent this particular candle as PR, so I did not pay for this one. Kringle Candle did send it out so that I could share my thoughts with you guys. I am very appreciative of that, and I will have you know that after receiving it, I did in fact, after the release, place an order for the 2-wick version of this. So yeah, I paid money for the second one that you will see me burning at some point in the near future here. So, but this one I did not pay for. I want to be upfront about that. So anyway, you guys, with all of that out of the way, let us tackle the 3-wick of Kringle Bananas Foster. I am definitely past the halfway point. I mentioned in the last video that I will be sticking with my usual format, which is burning the candles a little bit longer prior to reviewing them. I'm big on the overall like burn performance, but I also had been getting a lot of questions and a little bit more of a push to review the candles a little sooner because they were being released. But I think for me and the way that I personally like to review candles, and for the reviews that I find the most helpful for me prior to purchasing, I really like to find out a little bit about, you know, how the candle does beyond just the initial couple of burns. So anyway, I'll be sticking with my usual format. So those of you that voted for that, yay, you won. And I do think that, you know, usually my first sniff impressions are usually pretty helpful if you're just looking to get some initial impressions about what a candle smells like. If you're only concerned about the fragrance, then definitely watch my first sniff videos. And I even talk a little bit about the candles in my weekly home fragrance roundup. So if you're subscribed and you watch those videos, you do get some information before I formally review them. But yeah, in terms of in-depth reviews, we're keeping it the way that we have been. So, Bananas Foster. All right, you guys, this is a fragrance that I personally, I like it. I don't love it. I like it. I'm just not a huge like banana person in general. I know banana is a really popular fragrance for a lot of people. Banana's just not really where it's at for me. I don't even really eat bananas. I eat banana bread. Gosh, I love banana bread, but just like eating a straight up banana is just not really my vibe. But my husband, oh gosh, does that guy love Bananas Foster. There is a really nice high-end restaurant here in town that we always go to every year for our anniversary. It's kind of our like splurge meal of the year. And they do a really beautiful presentation of Bananas Foster tableside. So you you have to have 2 people to be able to order it. And the thing is, I don't like eating it. So Craig literally just orders Bananas Foster's for 2 and eats it himself. They usually try to plate it up, you know, on 2 different plates, and he's like, no, she wants no part of this, just put it all on 1 plate, and he is left with a mound of Bananas Foster that he just eats the crap out of. Craig has a massive sweet tooth. So anyway, I did purchase a backup of this already because he really likes this scent, and it's really authentic, you guys, but I ordered it in the 2-wick version. The 3 wicks burn really hot. We'll talk a little bit more about that when we get to the like performance portion here, because I think that really makes a difference with this fragrance. And you'll also notice that the glass like hurricane portion is not being used here for this one. There's a reason. There's a definite reason. So we'll get to that in a second, but I do want to take you guys through the fragrance notes and just kind of tell you what this smells like. This is a case where the fragrance notes really match up with what you're smelling, which is not the case at all with the strawberry lemonade, by the way. I don't know where they came up with those notes, but I mean, it just smells like a strawberry lemonade. Anyway, okay. Bananas Foster's. Indulge in the decadence of caramelized bananas, brown sugar, and the subtle warmth of spices, while the smoked vanilla and buttery notes create an irresistible, comforting aroma that lingers like a delicious dessert. Top notes are banana, brown sugar, and soft spice. The mid notes are soft woods and sweet, and the base is sugar crystals. Okay, so what are you smelling here? You're really smelling like someone is preparing a Bananas Foster's for you tableside. Like, it smells exactly like the real thing. This is one of the most authentic dessert fragrances that I think Kringle has ever created. You get a really beautiful, like warmed, caramelized banana note. Gosh, it's so authentic, you guys. I am just so curious like what fragrance oils they used here, because this is the most authentic banana. Even though it's caramelized, it's the most authentic banana that I think that I've ever smelled. You smell the brown sugar, which is used in the preparation of Bananas Foster. I will say the boozy note from like the flambe portion of the dessert here is not noticeable at all, and it's not even mentioned here. So but I just want to let you know that if you were nervous about this having maybe like a little touch of like, I don't know, what do they use? I really should know this because we've had this dessert a million times at this restaurant by this point. We've been married for 15 years, so I really should be familiar with what type of alcohol they use, but sorry, I don't remember, and it's not relevant. You cannot smell any booze in here anyway. Brown sugar, very much so. There is just a soft hint of maybe, I feel like I get a touch of nutmeg. Not a ton of spice, like you don't get like a heavy dose of cinnamon or anything like that. Really most of what you're smelling here is brown sugar, maybe with a touch of like a nutmeg or something like that. The soft woods, I don't pick that up. Sweet, yes, this is a very sweet scent. So the sugar crystals and the sweet note are, yeah, it's the brown sugar, you guys. That's where you're getting the sweetness here. It's pretty straightforward. Mostly it is the banana, the caramelized banana, and the brown sugar with just a touch of maybe like a nutmeggy kind of spice note. It's very rich. It definitely, you get some butteriness for sure. I cannot express how authentic this smells. If you've ever had Bananas Foster and you remember what that smelled like, that's what you're gonna smell here. There is something interesting that happens with this fragrance, however, when I burn it for too long or I have it in a hurricane. And that is that the brown sugar note seems to caramelize to the point of almost turning into toffee, which is really kind of interesting. And I don't like it as much if it gets to that like banana toffee point. it's really hard to explain, but there's a very distinct difference with a burn on here for like the first 3 hours. And then after 3 hours, if you still have it going, it really transforms into something that is a lot, it's like the caramelization just kind of goes wild on this one and turns into straight up toffee. And I don't love that. I wish it didn't do that. And this is why I purchased the 2-wick, is that I'm wondering if potentially the 2-wick won't do this, because the 2-wicks don't burn as hot and as fast as the 3-wicks do. So if you're someone who likes to get through your candles a little bit faster, I will say the Kringle soy 3-wicks are a way to definitely do that. I don't think they burn any faster than, for example, the Bath and Body Works candles, but it is quite a bit faster than the 2-wick soy formulation. So if this is your first time ordering the 3-wicks, just kind of prepare yourself for these going a little bit faster than the 2-wicks that you may have purchased in the past. And yeah, I don't burn this past the 3-hour mark, and I do not put this in a hurricane. I've also found that if you put this in a candle sleeve or with a hurricane, that process of that toffee note coming out is even faster, because I feel like the fragrance is, it gets hotter faster, and then you have that transformation. So for me, going forward, while this, listen, it's not my favorite scent, but my husband loves it, and he very rarely comments on home fragrance, but this is the one where he was like, oh my gosh, it smells like the Bananas Foster from El Gaucho. And yeah, that is what happens. It turns, as soon as you light it, it turns into El Gaucho bananas. Apparently I turned British at this point. Bananas Foster. So good, so authentic. He loves it, and you know, the man never really comments on any of the home fragrance, and the fact that he commented on this just made me squeal with delight. So I ordered the 2-wick, and we'll burn it when Craig's home. And it'll make him happy. So yeah, I love that Craig participated here. It warms the cockles of my heart for sure. Anyway, you guys, strength and throw, this is pretty powerful on this one. I'm gonna put the strength at about like a 7.5. She's quite potent. Listen, the 3-wicks are stronger in terms of strength and throw than the 2-wicks, but in the case of this one, it's a little tricky, because if I let it go too long, it turns into something that I don't really love. So I don't know, the 2-wicks I think will probably always hold a place in my heart for certain fragrances. Don't get me wrong, I am excited for the 4-wicks that are coming, but yeah, with this one, pick your format kind of carefully. If you want to burn this for a longer period of time, maybe the 2-wick is better to go with. I'll let you guys know when I light that one up. But as you can see, I'm almost done with this one. I am past the halfway point. It's burning as fast as a Bath and Body Works candle, but it's burning a lot cleaner. There is no sooting, there's no discoloration to the wax. It is their 100% soy formulation. The wicks are nice and tall, as you can see. Good performance in terms of strength and throw. Did I tell you what the throw was? That's about like a 7.5, 8 as well. This one almost fills the entire downstairs. So I gotta be careful with what else I'm burning at the same time as this one. It's gotta blend with a banana scent, otherwise it gets kind of funky in here. So anyway, I hope this was helpful. If you pick this one up in the 3-wick or the 2-wick version, will you let me know down below if you get the toffee note with your 3-wick after about the 3-hour mark, or if you have it in a hurricane? And then let us know how your 2-wick does beyond the 3-hour mark. Does it transform? Does it get a toffee note at that point? I'm very curious to hear other people's take. I know my friend Fiona also mentioned that this one changed a little bit for her at a certain point. So I do think there's something to this one, and I just want to know, I want to know more from you guys. So if you ordered it, leave your thoughts down below. Anyway, that's it. Thanks for being here. Subscribe if you're new. Give this video a thumbs up. Share it with anybody else who's curious about these new Kringle and Country Candle releases for spring, summer 2024. And I appreciate you being here. I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Toodaloo.